Today's episode has some rather large words that I'll probably struggle my way through to pronounce, but it's also sponsored by Sophia Gray. You can find them at sophiagray.com. It's the largest online marketplace to buy and sell sweaty gear. And if you use the promo code Primal Piggy, all one word, then you'll receive 10% off of any purchase. All right, let's start the episode now. A renifleur is an individual that receives sexual gratification through the smelling of particular odors. The term renifleur is derived from the French word renifler, which means to sniff. Typically, an individual who experiences sexual gratification or pleasure from odors will have a fetish for one smell in particular. This could be flowers, perfume, cologne, or anything else. And another example might be urine or sweat, is the topic of today's fetish fluid. The term is used in a broad way to refer to all individuals with this condition, all individuals that get sexual gratification from just any smell, whether a bodily fluid or anything else. As far as fetishism goes, getting turned on by sweat is objectively not very weird. Sure, most of us may not have any outstanding opinion on the bodily fluid of sweat, other than considering it a mildly uncomfortable and sometimes unsightly annoyance. But that doesn't mean that people who are particularly fixated on sweat are perverted or disturbed in any way. Freud even wrote about it. You can't get any more basic than that. Needless to say, it's one of the most common kinks out there. You're listening to the BDSM United podcast. I'm Primal Piggy. You can find me on Facebook at The Primal Piggy, all one word. You can also find me on the rather large Facebook page, Whips, Chains, and Duct Tape, on Facebook at WCDT. BDSM. And again, this particular episode is sponsored by Sophia Gray. If you use the promo code Primal Piggy, get 10% off any sweaty gear you buy on their site. Their site is Sophia Gray, GRAY.com. It's true. Freud really did write about sweat. Rather, he wrote about the sexual arousal derived from smelling sweaty body parts, and he called it this really large word, osphraseolagnia. If I'm pronouncing that right, let me know if I'm butchering these big words. As with pretty much any psychoanalytic explanation, Freud chalked it up to childhood-based repression. Of course he did. Though this reasoning is far from widely accepted today, there has been little scientific research on the subject since his 1909 three essays on the theory of sexuality. These days, when people talk about sweat fetishes, they're less likely talking about Freud's version than they are talking about osmophilia or salophilia. Those are a lot easier to pronounce for me. So, osophilia is a smell based sexual attraction to the odors of bodily fluids. Unlike renifluor, which could be the smell of clean linen sheets or cologne or a perfume or anything like that, osmophilia is bodily fluids, notably urine, sweat, and menstruation. Some people credit this olfactory inclination to human pheromones, which very well may be the case for some women who are attracted to sweaty men. Excuse me. In fact, fresh male sweat contains the hormone uh, androstenol, which hijacks the female brain to arouse her. Notice, though, that we said fresh male sweat. Once that chemical has time to interact with oxygen in the air, about 10 minutes or so, it transforms into the chemical androstenone, Excuse me, this stale sweat gives off an odor that is actually repulsive to most women, which could explain in part why women make up the minority of people interested in sweat fetish. Salophilia, on the other hand, has its roots in a different sense. Salophilic sweat fetishists are not aroused really by the smell, but by the taste of salty things. For salophiles, it doesn't matter if the sweat is fresh or stale. The salty tang is all that counts. And these are the people responsible for sweat themed porn videos that involve lapping up sweaty armpits, feet, and ass like a kid with a popsicle in the summertime. The sexualization of sweat, it really isn't anything new. For example, Native American sweat lodges, intended for healing and purification, spirituality, were eradicated when colonizing Christians found the idea of sweaty, naked people too dirty to bear. This historically taboo mindset is part of the reason that it's such a common fetish today. Uh, Anything that's taboo is something that people fetishize, but also why it's often sometimes expressed in perverse ways. Sites like Sexy Sweat and Maverick Men exist with endless streams of curated sweaty content featuring men and women basking in their favorite salty excretion. Video thumbnails show men with their faces stuffed in armpits, shoes, asses, and being punitively smothered with feet. Excuse me. And then, of course, you can find fetish videos on any porn website. A 2018 article from Pornhub Insights took a look at the sweat fetish community on their site and found that the 5,000 plus sweat themed videos they host were watched over 300,000 times per month. Unsurprisingly, searches for these videos they peak in June when sultry summer weather here in North America at least is starting back up. They also found that men are 44% more likely to search for sweat related videos, and that the most sweat intrigued age group is like 18 to about 24 years old. Um, Used underwear. That brings us to used underwear. Used underwear is such a common fetish item that big name porn stars and prominent sex figures and people, just about anyone with an OnlyFans these days, can usually make a pretty good buck selling their unwashed undies. Sexual excitement occurs over the observation, the feeling, the smell, and or visualization of underwear. That is viewing underwear on the body or watching a person take underwear on or take it off or put it on or take it off, sorry. Practitioners of a panty fetish often comment about enjoying the soft and sensual feel of the fabric that are used for panties, the skimpier silhouette that leaves more of the body exposed, and of course, the smell. Some men who wear panties also enjoy the risk of getting caught wearing them, which is part of, often part of an exhibitionist, sissification, or humiliation fetish. Jockstrap fetishes are often enjoyed by those who admire athleticism, men who enjoy homoerotic or homosexual visuals, and the smell of a used jockstrap. The smell of a jockstrap is another possible allure, specifically the smell of the used ones. Sweat and musk on the fabric harken back to the mental association with an exposed athletic body. Similar to sniffing panties, by smelling a used jockstrap, the sniffer feels a connection to the intimacy of what that garment has covered, like the genitals. So, if you think you want to further explore this fetish, we suggest sophiagray.com. That's SOFIAGRAY, sophiagray.com. Sophia Gray is the largest adult marketplace specializing in the used panties niche. They allow users to buy and sell used items. They've graciously given us or given y'all the promo code Primal Piggy. That's all one word. When you sign up to sell or for 10% off if you buy. Why would you want to sell, for instance, with Sophia Gray? Let's look at that real fast. You can set up your store in minutes. You get your own private shop. You can list panties, lingerie, sex toys, more things. And that Sophia Gray isn't just for sexy used items. You get paid anytime someone wants to unlock your private galleries, videos, or even message you. You keep 100% of the profits. They don't take any commission, percentage, or markup from your sales. Their only charge is a single non reoccurring listing fee that they use to open up your shop. Uh, so that's great for you. You know, pay one small fee and get to keep 100% of your profits. And they give you access to, to people that are looking to buy. You can message buyers directly. And so, uh, sellers can contact any buyers directly to see if they're interested in their shop or they may just want to have a chat. Um, Thousands of potential buyers. They have tens of thousands of buyers signed up with more, and possibly some of you may want to buy. So, why would you want to buy with Sophia Gray? Well, you can buy more than just used panties. You can buy lingerie, sex toys, private galleries. Um, you can gain access to pics and clips from sellers, people that are into providing content for this type of fetish. You may have a specific fantasy, so you can make special requests, custom orders if you want items to be worn in a certain way. If you want, you know, pictures of somebody using the item, you can make those requests, and if there's someone willing to fulfill them, then you can get exactly what will fulfill your fetish. Direct message any seller on the site, ask a question, make an order, just chat. And you can filter everything by your preference. So whether you want men's underwear, jock straps, women's underwear, lingerie, uh, and then sex toys, or just just to explore this fetish. And again, use the promo code Primal Piggy for 10% off, and there'll be an affiliate link on our YouTube video of this and at our uh, Facebook page, which you can find me Primal Piggy at the Primal Piggy, all one word, and that's where you'll find this promo code for sophiagray.com. And again, I'm Primal Piggy. Thank you for listening to this episode, and uh, be sure to listen to the ones in our archive. And if you're listening on your favorite platform, be sure to leave us a review so people know what you like or dislike. And thank you again for listening today.